so cool. 36 hours on the train to Seattle.
Hey guys, Jody and Kelly with Only Have One Life to Live. Hey guys, Jody here with Only Have One Life to Live. On this trip, we are going to take the Coast Starlight Amtrak train from LAX, Los Angeles Airport or Los Angeles train station, all the way up to Seattle. We're going to go through the Cascade Mountains. We're going to go on the coast of California and up into Oregon and Washington, and you'll see some of the coast pictures. We've got Trails for Rails as part of this. We'll talk more about that, so that'll be interesting. We didn't get a lot of film of that because we were a little late getting to the observation car, but know that there is a National Parks Trails for Rails program where historians board that work for the National Park Service board the train, and they go for a few stations and they talk about some of the national park and historic landmarks of that area. So we hope you enjoy the video, and as always, we're gonna take off. We'll see you in a little bit. Tammy's always a helpful packer. She's making sure we get her stuff.
Tammy, are you ready to go doggy daycare? Are you ready to go doggy boarding? Tammy, hi gorgeous.
Made it to the airport. On our way to get on American Airlines to go to LAX to take the Coast Starlight train to Seattle. And here we go. We are leaving from Dallas-Fort Worth Airport headed to Los Angeles. We're going to stay one night in LA downtown while we wait for our train the next morning. We board around 9 in the morning on the train. Okay, we had a little time today after we arrived at LAX, and we wanted to go down to the beach. So we went to the Manhattan Beach to just sort of see what was going on. And there was some volleyball being played on a couple of courts, and there was some surfing going on. So here is Manhattan Beach in LA, and we hope you enjoy these views. These are just beautiful. How beautiful is that sun over that water there, and those crashing waves. Just amazing. In just a second, we'll show you a couple of surfers who got a quick sort of surf in. So enjoy, guys. We found a little friend here swimming in the ocean, so this is pretty cool. And look at the fish in this emerald green water right by the pier at Manhattan Beach. Now that's a California view that you would expect to see. Arriving at LA Amtrak station, the LA Amtrak station. We just picked up an Uber. It's gonna be fun. We're really excited. You're gonna love this trip. Hope you enjoy. So as you come into the train station here at Amtrak, on the right is the Coast Starlight Train 14 coach passenger check-in. But if you've got a bedroom, you'll come on around the corner here and you'll go down to their lobby and their first class area. First class is down this hallway, up the elevator or the stairs, and you will arrive like we do. You just press the little red button. Okay, you come over here and you press this little ring doorbell and they'll let you in the first class lounge. And there you go. the Amtrak Metropolitan Lounge. So as you walk in here, you're gonna see some beautiful little woodwork and stuff here. It's pretty cool in here. So you have that young lady right over there helping you.
Okay, they have this service called Red Cap, and that's where the Red Cap folks come in golf carts, pick you and your luggage up, and actually take you to the train. Otherwise, you can simply walk out to the train along the platform.
How far up north and south? Middle of the night, snowing like crazy, cold outside, train on the platform.
And here are the baggage policies. Please remember, like and subscribe. We really need it, and you guys really help us a lot when you do that. Thanks so much.
Yeah. You know what room? 8. Okay. You're gonna go left upstairs and another left at the top. Oh, upstairs. If you'd like to leave any of your bags, there is a luggage rack if you'd like. Left and the left.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Upstairs. Kind of tight quarters in here, so be prepared to climb stairs. And here's our home abode for the next 35 hours. Suitcases, bathroom, sink.
Bed.
Bed, which we'll show you when we turn down later tonight.
This makes sense for a bed too.
It's gonna be tight quarters in here for the next 35 hours. When you arrive at the platform, there are numbers on your ticket. In our case, it was train 1431, and the numbers that are on the side of the train are the train car numbers. They're not the actual sleeper numbers. If you go down closer to the doors on the boardings, you'll see your little train number that's on your reservation.
Help yourself. You look around your room, you'll see complimentary bottled waters. Please get comfortable with your room. They are yours until your final destination. You do have mini closets, mini trash vents, temperature control ceiling vents. If you look up at your ceiling vents, there is a small latch. You can open or close that vent to your comfort. If you look behind your tray tables, it does have some instructions how to recline your seats, making them more comfortable. If you have large bags, folks, there's a luggage rack downstairs. There's now plenty of room downstairs in the luggage rack for your larger bags. We are the very first sleep.
Well, 9:51 on the dot, and we are pulling out. So as we understand it, you're supposed to stay in your sleeper or business class area until they come around and check your tickets and get your reservations for lunch and supper. And then you're free to move around and go to the observation cars and whatever. They do have a little snack car that you can buy, a little snack set anytime. Yay, we are off. Oh, and in the station, they had a Starbucks, Subway, pretzels, Mexican eatery and all kind of little gift shops and things like that.
So we asked the attendant if we should stay in our stateroom or if we could go on down to the observation car, and they said feel free to move about as you want. They will electronically lift your ticket if they see your bags and things inside your stateroom. So just leave your bags visible, your curtain open, so that they can see that you have arrived and you are in the stateroom. You're just not there right this moment, and they'll electronically lift your ticket and you can feel free to move around as you want.
So for the first hour and a half, we have seen a lot of this. But they just come around and took our reservations for lunch. We have 12 o'clock lunchtime. And they were gracious enough to sit us on the west side, which means we will be seeing the ocean as we're dining. And after that, we'll head to the observation part and see if we can catch more views of the ocean.
This is the bathroom. It is a wet head, so you take a shower in there if you want a bath. This is how you let the bed down. Grab this handle and you push up on the bed at the same time as you pull out. And you can let down.
And if you're not using the top bunk, it's a great place to store your luggage.
You can move this stuff around, reorganize it, put the ladder up against the wall, push everything back, and then you can just sort of cram it all up in there. So while you're in here, here's some of the controls you have. You'll have power on each side. You've got an AC control knob that you can control your in-car, and you can make it normal, warmer, or cooler. You got a light you can turn on for reading light, and those are on both sides. And over here where Kelly is, there's a push to call button in case you need to call the attendant. There's music and music volume, so a challenge and a channel and a volume. And then there's a ceiling light on or off button, and along with a reading light. And over here, we've got another little seating area where you can see where you are, where you've been going. I think this is facing rear of the train. You got mirror light.
Going that way, right?
You got a mirror light. And of course here you got a light for the restroom. And so that is your cabin. Oh, you also have some lights up here for the top if you want, while you're in bed up there if you want to read.
Is that a place to store suitcases?
Yeah, you could also store suitcases over there maybe. If you wanted to do that, if you had enough smaller suitcases. Okay, so our train attendant just came by. Her name is Lupe, and she says if you want to get an ocean view, which will be around 12:30, go to the dining car a little bit early for lunch and see if you can get the west side of the train, which would have the ocean view. It's the stop after Oxnard. So as soon as we leave Simi Valley, the next stop is Oxnard. So you need to be prepared to get in either the observation deck or in the dining car just around or just before 12:30, so that you can have the first portion of the ocean view, and and then about 7 minutes after we leave Simi Valley, we'll have another hour and a half of ocean view. So there's plenty of opportunity to go to the dining car or the observation deck and view those things. So good luck. Okay, we are leaving Simi Valley. Starting to see some colorful leaves here. Yeah, dead is definitely a color here for sure. And burnt, unfortunately. Terrible forest fires. Look at all the pumpkins out there. Looks like pumpkins. Just before you get into Oxnard, you want to start looking on the west side of the train. There'll be ocean.
Machine smile, stand up.
Okay, here's the dining car, and y'all, I got to tell you, the most surprising thing on this train ride has been the quality of the meals. I had a Monte Cristo for lunch. Kelly had and that was just amazing. That was a really good sandwich. And Kelly had this wonderful goat cheese, strawberries, and salad with strawberry or raspberry vinaigrette. Amazing. We had these corn souffles, Mexican corn souffles. They were amazing. I got to tell you, that was, these are multiple meals, of course. I had lunch one day. I had a cheeseburger, really one of the better cheeseburgers I've had in a long time. Each meal comes with a dessert. Kelly liked the salad so much she got it again the second day. Or for one of the other meals. It was just an amazing experience food-wise. As I said, desserts come with everything. So I didn't even get dessert most of the time, but Kelly got a couple just so we could take pictures of them and have a bite or two. Here's breakfast: French toast, strawberries, whipped cream, and bacon. Look at that plate. Amazing. And it tastes as better than it looked. And I had the eggs. It was an omelet, like a Western omelet with biscuits and potatoes and bacon.
With Charles Nesson, 1923. Theodore Roberts played the role of Moses in that production. And when they were finished, they were supposed to knock the movie set down and take it away. And some of the walls were 30 feet high, and they had sphinxes and all kinds of artifacts. And they never did that. They just let it fall down into the sand. And recently, well, not real recently, at this time, there's a museum in Guadalupe that's dedicated to that, and you can see the artifacts from that.
So we're going to do a quick flashback to the afternoon of our trip, and we went into the observation deck, and lo and behold, there are these gentlemen in there speaking. And we were a bit late into the observation car, but here they were explaining the sand dunes in California and that they were used to film the Ten Commandments. And in the background, you can hear them talking about some of the artifacts that are still found in the sand dunes today. But this is a program known as Rails and Trails, or Trails and Rails. I'll find out. I'll put it in the right spot here. But it's a National Park Service where historians from the National Park Service get onto the trains and they travel for several hours throughout the day, and they talk about the history of the area, and they talk about all the, the statewide and national sort of interests that we have in these areas. This is a really cool program if you like history, to really learn not only what's going on in the region that you're traveling through, but I was just really surprised by this trip in that they had the service. What a great concept to put historians on a train and teach you about the land and the things that are going on around you as you're going through this trip. This was a super extra surprise, and we were just couldn't be more happier with this trip.
I sort of feel really out of date because they've been doing this program for over 22 years. So I went on the web, I started looking around, and this is what I found. Let's hear from the CEO and the superintendent and all of the employees and volunteers who serve this program, Amtrak Trails and Rails from the National Park Service.
Hello, I'm Amtrak President and CEO Stephen Gardner. We're excited to welcome back to the Trails and Rails program our loyal passengers and our volunteer guides. Over the past 20 years, the Trails and Rails partnership between Amtrak and the National Park Service has offered passengers a unique way to learn more about and engage with our wonderful national parks. When you plan your next grand adventure, you can enrich your experience by enjoying a free Trails and Rails program offered on 12 routes across the country. From all of us here at Amtrak, welcome aboard.
Hi, I'm Keena Graham, the first superintendent for the new Medgar and Merle Eversholm National Monument. Thanks to the long-lasting partnership between the National Park Service and Amtrak, volunteer guides from the Trails and Rails program ride specific Amtrak trains to speak with passengers about the natural, cultural, and historic sites of the area they are passing by. Based out of the 16 different national park sites on or near Amtrak routes across the United States, our volunteers can't wait to share with you their wealth of knowledge and encourage you to further explore our nation's national parks. I am so excited for our site to be joining the Trails and Rails program. While we are still on our planning phase, we are very much looking forward to engaging with you as we explore the untold stories of the civil rights movement and Medgar and Merle Evers' impactful lives. Now let's take a quick journey to hear directly from Trails and Rails guides about their unique programming.
Hi, join us on Amtrak's Adirondack and Empire service runs between New York City and Albany, where our programming will illuminate the diverse history and environment of the Hudson River Valley and encourage you to visit the many national parks that can be found in New York City and New York State.
Our volunteer guides are proud to be on board the Capital Limited train with programming from Cumberland, Maryland to Washington, D.C. On our route, you'll see the historic C&O Canal, but we don't stop there. As we'll take a look at the railroad ties plants and the munitions factory, we'll tell Civil War spy stories, and we'll explore the life and times of George Washington. See you soon.
We're with Atlanta's Martin Luther King Jr. National Historical Park. Between Atlanta, Birmingham, and New Orleans, our Crescent Route features some of the most significant civil rights histories of our nation.
Join us on the Empire Builder on the portion of its route along the upper Mississippi River between St. Paul, Minnesota and Columbus, Wisconsin. On our route, you'll learn all about the natural and human history of America's largest river system.
Hi, I'm Ruth Maxwell.
And I'm Frank Maxwell, and together we ride Amtrak's Blue Water and Wolverine runs, telling people about the Indiana Dunes National Park.
These routes between Michigan and Chicago offer great views of our park's unique vegetation,
Lake Michigan,
and the scenic dunes themselves.
Howdy, y'all. Our team here on board the Heartland Flyer offers programming from Oklahoma City to Fort Worth, Texas. We are so looking forward to discussing the natural and cultural sights you'll be seeing outside your window during your trip with us.
On behalf of all the amazing employees here with the Empire Builder, we'd like to proudly welcome our Trails and Rails colleagues. And we hope that you too will join us to learn more about the unique history and diverse geography along the beautiful route that is the Empire Builder.
We're about to embark on one of the most scenic train rides in America as we make our way south to Portland, Oregon. We're going to see a lot of the spectacular scenery of the Northwest, including Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens, as well as experience some of the unique history along the way, all here on the Starlight. We're ready to go.
Here in California, aboard the southern portion of the Coast Starlight train, our program runs between Santa Barbara and San Jose.
And as we travel along the California coast, you will follow the path of the immigrant families that founded San Francisco and San Jose.
Along with a slice of California history, we will also get a behind-the-scenes look at Vandenberg Space Force Base.
We might even see a few migrating California gray whales.
Welcome aboard!
It was great to be able to hear from our dedicated Trails and Rails guides. With so many options to choose from, there is sure to be a Trails and Rails program that is perfect for you, and new programs are still being added. Our guides can't wait to welcome you on board. Safe travels.
Just to gain enough altitude to keep it at pretty much the same level and come back and go through snow to the top of the cluster grade.
We're here in the observation car, watching the world go by.
After a fantastic breakfast.
It was a great breakfast. The food here has been really exceptional.
Okay guys, stay tuned. There's a lot more to see here. We're going to speed things up a bit, but we still have to show you bunking down for the night and all of the beautiful Cascade Mountains that we're going to enjoy tomorrow. Beautiful, picturesque, hallmark sort of pictures with all the snow weighting down all of the large trees and evergreens as we go through the Cascade Forest. You're just going to love it.
Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning. I guess.
This is Saturday, 22nd of October, and in the background is Oregon. We slept last night in the cabin here. We didn't have to use the top bunk. We slept on the bottom bunk. I was cool to take a picture of that and show you a video of how to fold these chairs into beds, or these seats into beds. It was a pretty good night's sleep. We slept fairly well, but there was a bit of squeaking, cracking, popping, trains, wiggle and waggle, sort of like you see here. But overall, it was a pretty good night's sleep, and there's plenty of room for 2 people on the bed. You can sleep on your side, so if you sleep on your side, you're in good shape. One person can sleep on their back and one person on their side. But we snuggle up with one another. Oops, almost fell. We snuggled up with one another and we didn't have any problems. Had a good night's sleep.
And we woke up in the mountains.
Woke up in the mountains.
With snow.
So we're on the train, the Coast Starlight. We started yesterday in Los Angeles.
In 88-degree weather.
88-degree weather. And we're on our way. You can see the snow on the top of the trains here as we go by outside. Snow-capped trains.
So the one thing about trains is the personal trains will always yield to commercial traffic. So if there's any kind of freight train on the same track or using the same station, we yield to them. Like we just had to stop outside of a station for about 10 minutes because there was a freight liner on the same track that was doing an employee shift change. They were swapping out engineers and conductors. So we literally sat still about 10 minutes waiting for them to change that out.
The train's been super cool so far though. There's just, I thought we were moving, but that train's moving. I'm still wiggling back and forth. I feel like.
Still wiggling and waggling?
Yeah, but that train is moving. I thought we were moving, but nope, that train's moving. I had to look on the opposite side, and you can see on the opposite side, we're not moving at all.
You still wiggling and waggling, huh? Yeah, I have a feeling we'll be walking like this for
like coming off of a Navy destroyer, doing maneuvers. That's what the train guys call them, oil cans. It's a big oil can.
And there's some donkeys.
Some donkeys out there. Right over there. Yeehaw.
I'm shocked we haven't seen more wildlife than what we've seen.
Yeah, not a lot of wildlife on this trip so far. No Bigfoot. So.
I saw a rabbit.
There's no Bigfoot that we've seen. We only saw a rabbit. It was a Bigfoot rabbit though.
New species of rabbits.
Yeah, you said big feet.
What do they call those? Jackrabbits.
Jackrabbits. Okay guys, this is where we slept last night. Slept Kelly and I both pretty comfortably for a train that was wiggling all night and making creaks and cracks. Pretty good. And then we didn't need to use the top bunk at all. A little side sleeping, but pretty good. Okay guys, so the beds are down. Pull the beds up. There's a little lever, a foot pedal down here. Take your foot, press that little lever, which you also have to use to bring the bed down. Pull this back piece up and scoot in. And voila, you are done. And there's another lever here you can grab it with your hand and pull it up, sort of lock it in place. So Kelly's on the other side, you have to press the lever with her foot. Actually,
You got it by the hand lever.
Foot lever is the key to getting it up and down. But now your room is back to its normal state. Starting to feel like Christmas time with all the snow on the ground. We're getting ready for our next big reveal of our next big trip this year, and it's going to include a lot of Christmas snow. Our next stop is a couple hours away. There's no cell phone, no internet here during this journey. It's about 2 hours away. But it gives you a lot of time to sit back and reflect and be grateful, thankful for all the things you've been given. Appreciate that you got time to unplug, contemplate life a little bit, be grateful. Witness just the beauty and majesty of Oregon. Okay, so we're getting close to the Cascade Mountains. We're about to see Odell Lake. Cascade Tunnel number 1 of 22 tunnels. As we go down the Cascade Mountains, we're at about 5,000 feet elevation here, and we're about at the peak, so we're about to start descending down the Cascade Mountains here.
train run. Definitely number 2. So we are 2.8 miles away from King Street Station in Seattle. We're about 2 hours late arriving, which we were prepared for because we had heard most of the trains were never on time. But other than the bad rocking for the past couple of hours, going faster than normal trying to make up the time, it's been a really pleasant trip. So we've had a ton of fun.
Okay guys, we are winding up this trip. We have just arrived in Seattle on the Coast Starlight, and we hope you guys have had a wonderful time with Amtrak and with us, and we hope that you enjoyed this video. And remember, we're all in this together, and you, we, I, we only have one life to live. So go live it, guys.